All right, let's bring in Republican House Minority Whip Steve Scalise. Great to have you here, Congressman, and great to see you. First off, just your general thoughts here on the plan to keep track of, first of all, those migrants as they come in. Give them a cell phone, depend on the honor system. I mean, even Jen Psaki was asked about it in the briefing room. What happens if they just throw it away? No answer to that, but your response.
Yeah, Sandra, good to be with you. This is an alarming crisis that is going to get worse, and everybody knows it. You know, look, they're estimating over 500,000 people a month will be coming across illegally once they drop Title 42 next month. And think about this. This is a tool that Border Patrol agents use to help secure the border. And it's one more tool that Joe Biden is taking away because he wants an open border. We have a bill, by the way, to solve this problem. It's a bill by Yvette Harrell, Chip Roy as a discharge petition. If just 5 Democrats sign on to this discharge petition, we will get this bill brought up to the floor. So anybody that's represented by a Democrat anywhere in America, call your member of Congress and say, sign the discharge petition to bring back Title 42 to stop this crisis from happening.
Well, we know the 5, we can put them up on the screen. These are the Democrats who are supporting the bill to not lift Title 42, obviously citing the implications of it and the surge of potential migrants that we would see as a result of it. They're on the screen. Are you getting word there's any more, Congressman?
Well, the problem, Sandra, is we don't need their support. We need their signature because they're saying they're for it, but they won't actually take the steps to bring the bill up. And in the end, until you bring the bill up, it doesn't happen. And so they're saying the right things, but then they won't actually follow it up with action on the House floor. So the question to ask them, have they signed Chip Roy's discharge petition? If they haven't, then they're for an open border. It's that simple.
Speaking of action, I'll get your reaction to Governor Greg Abbott of Texas' latest move to deal with these migrants. He says, you know what? I'm just going to put them on buses and I'm going to send them to Washington, D.C. Here he was this morning on Fox News.
As they move across the entire country, what better place for them to go to than the steps of the United States Capitol? They get to see the wonderful Capitol, but also get closer to the people who are making these policies that are allowing people to come across the border illegally.
What do you think of that plan?
Look, I applaud what Governor Abbott's been doing to try to stave off this crisis. He's spending millions of dollars of Texas money to bring in National Guard and state police to try to secure the border because Joe Biden's failing to do it. I also like what Ron DeSantis is talking about to say ship them to Delaware, President Biden's home state. Nobody knows where they're shipping them off. We know they're going to every state in America. We just don't know the numbers. When we get in the majority, by the way, we will have hearings to find that out. But in the meantime, shouldn't every governor know how many people are being sent to their state, where they're going? Every community is a border town right now because of Joe Biden's failed border policies that are leading to this crisis.
Congressman, finally, I just want to get your thoughts on where things stand on not just our energy crisis, but the energy crisis here at home and abroad as a result of this war and beyond. There's obviously serious implications for Europe as they see this energy squeeze. But here at home, we saw prices going up long before Putin's invasion of Ukraine. And very specifically, there are federal policies that are being looked at as a reason why we continue to see these prices go up and limit the supply of energy in this country. We're putting them on the screen. There was a hearing yesterday in Washington, Congressman. It's almost hard to believe some of these members of the Energy Subcommittee, the way they think about how prices should come down, they're putting a lot of the blame on the big oil companies. Do you blame them for high gas prices?
You know, Sandra, I participated in that hearing. And in fact, I went and showed all of the mountains of regulations that Joe Biden has added that makes it almost impossible to produce energy in America right now. You can't get new leases. You can't even pursue an active lease that you're paying millions of dollars for because I listed 9 different federal agencies that Biden has put between the oil companies and the oil in the ground so that you can't get it out. And it's very clear what's going on. Joe Biden as a candidate, just remember this, said on a televised debate that he wanted to stop the ability to produce oil in America. He said that. Then he carried it out, killing Keystone, killing all of these projects, and the price of oil started going up immediately, long before Putin invaded Ukraine. By the way, the American people get this. They already know it was Joe Biden's policies that led to this massive increase in prices at the pump and a higher reliance on Russian oil. He approved the Nord Stream pipeline so that Russia could send more oil to Europe, making Europe more addicted to Putin's oil. Let's reverse this. Stop talking to dictators, whether it's Iran, Venezuela, Russia. Stop talking to them and produce oil in America.
Congressman, real quick final thought to you. Does Louisiana have the capacity to make up for the shortfall in energy that we have in this country right now that is leading to these high prices?
We absolutely do. And, you can go to Port Fourchon in South Louisiana, the hub of all the deep water drilling. There are massive reserves in the Gulf of Mexico. And Biden was supposed to go forward with a lease sale in the Gulf of Mexico. Some environmental groups yelled and screamed, and so he didn't go forward with the sale. There's all kinds. They produce 100,000 barrels of oil a day from every single well in the Gulf of Mexico. And there's a lot more of that can be produced. You could completely get rid of Russian oil and use American energy and lower the cost of gasoline at the pump. And by the way, it's cleaner than anywhere else in the world.
And that, of course, includes liquefied natural gas, LNG. We could certainly be helping out Europe if we were acting on it today. Congressman, great to have you here. Steve Scalise from the great state of Louisiana.
Great being with you.
John?